Howdy, 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 my name's Anachi Sasuke, and welcome to Lackadaisy! So this is a comic about cats in the Prohibition era. I think it's Prohibition era. And they're in the southern United States, to my recollection. I should probably just check the Ishkabibble, which is the information about all that, but there's also a characters page, which I'll probably get to later. Now, this is a comic, I actually do like this comic. This is another one of the ones where I got to meet the creator, and I got permission to do it. And I know also, much like Dreamkeepers, is a comic that I started off reading at my friend's apartment in their living room. Just because my friends wanted me to see the comic and see how it was, and I tried doing a bunch of different voices for it, and it was a lot of fun. But it's been a couple of years since I've read it, and I'm not sure if I actually still have the voices. There's a specific voice I hope I can still do. I'm almost certain it won't sound the same as it used to, and I'm equally certain it's probably going to hurt after a while, so I don't know how long the episodes of this are going to be. I also don't know how long it's going to take me to catch up to where the comic is currently at, because all of the comics I'm doing right now are still progressing, and they have update schedules of some kind. So in any case, this is the introduction. There's 3 introduction pages, and then it just goes. St. Louis. 1920, located at the junction of the Mississippi and Missouri rivers, this city is one of the nation's largest. It is both a busy river port and a major train hub. The recent enactment of national prohibition promises to bring great change, for better or for worse. The city's once prosperous breweries struggle to remain in business. Most do not survive. But an emerging underground industry begins filling the gaps, or the taps, as it were. Haha. Meanwhile, restaurateur Atlas May owns and operates a modest niche within the city, the Little Daisy Cafe. But his unassuming establishment happens also to be a portal into the extensive maze of limestone caves below St. Louis. And by all accounts, Atlas is an opportunist. This was in 2008. This was 10 years ago. Wow. Soon, though, St. Louis is dry on the surface. There's a wellspring underground. A club-shaped pin worn under the collar or inside the lapel grants trusted patrons access to this subterranean place, the Lackadaisy Speakeasy. The location of St. Louis in the middle of the country means illegal liquor flows in by numerous routes. Never at a loss for supply, Lackadaisy prospers, and becomes the city's most prominent bootleg operation. Atlas has a small empire. But as prohibition persists, formidable rivals begin to emerge. The competition is anything but friendly. Enemies lurk around every corner. And in 1926, Atlas meets a violent end. Lackadaisy falls into the hands of his widow, Mitzi May. But there are rumors of her involvement in his death. Amidst shaken loyalties and mounting pressure from competitors, there is a great exodus of constituents, a near-fatal blow for Lackadaisy itself. By 1927, only a small faction of Atlas's crew remains, and a handful of steadfast patrons remain. Atlas crew and a handful, blah, blah, blah. The organization struggles to survive. And so, while the rest of the city and much of the world celebrate the spirit of St. Louis. Yes. This art is really nice. Oh, it was 2006? My bad. It was actually 12 years ago. Wow. And less. Okay, I guess the pages just got updated a bit. Certain other individuals are preoccupied with the spirits in St. Louis. Captain Kehoe, how's old Miss Money mistreating you this fine day? Ducky. Glad to hear it. Concerning your cargo, if I could have the where and when? Tomorrow, after midnight, entrance to English Cave. And whatever quarrel you have, settle it here. I don't want it on my hands. Ah, hell. You again? Come on. Just how much liquor do you need to sustain that riverside shanty you call an establishment? All of it. Didn't you swallow enough teeth the last time we talked about this? As a matter of fact, I did. But I still have more than you. Fwock. Oh, that's a fist right in the eye. Overdressed mosquito. Hey, that's a clever trick. What are you doing? We're gonna go for a ride. This doesn't mean I won't be making that pickup. Let's see. Okay, they just tied it. They tied him like a straitjacket. Alright. We got any rope or anything in the truck? Nah. Got a toolbox, though. Why the special treatment, guys? Couldn't you just bash me over the head with something and call it a day? Well, Avril's in a bad mood today because one of the pigs gone mad and we had to shoot it. Oh. I guess that makes you my travel companion. I'll call you Frothy. Frothy, where do you suppose we're going? Does this move when I click the... Okay, I just gotta... It's Lackadaisy Hydrophobia. And this one was in 2008. Well, I have to admit this is somewhat more creative than I expected. From a bunch of witless rubes. Yeah. What is that, a bat or a... Oh, they shot him with a shotgun. Okay. Crack track. I hope you boys are prepared to be disappointed. Because being run down by something called the Sunshine Special is too ironic to be possible. So, you've made your point. Kehoe's all yours. If you don't mind, I do have other individuals to be harassed by today. Point? There ain't no point except to watch you get hit by that train. Emery here never seen anything get hit by a train before. Nope, never. Really? Well, you've been missing out. The splatter is something to behold. It's really quite, spectacular. And, since it's a special occasion, why not maximize the carnage? That is, I think you may have just enough time to add a certain pig to the mix. Well, that's an idea. Careful, he's a tricky one. Oh, no he ain't. He's an idiot. Can't take a mad pig to market anyhow. Might as well get rid of the 2 crackpots with 1 train, like Ma would say. And don't you move from that spot or I'll shoot you, then watch you get hit by a train. I knew you'd come through for me, Frothy. Damn! Durable mercerized cotton soap blend. I'll just have to... How did it go? Elbow down, arms around... That's a lot of moving for someone who ain't supposed to be moving. I can't help it, I have a condition. Not for much longer, you just hold fast. What? You'll have to speak louder, stop vibrating, I can't make out what you're saying. What? I said! Yeah. Meanwhile, Lackadaisy formaldehyde. Oh, jeez. What the hell voices did I use for them? Did you finish prefiguring expenses? No. As far as reading material goes, the ledger's too depressing. I decided to read the obituaries instead. Oh. When you get a little older, you'll discover the only difference between tragedy and comedy is whether it happened to you or someone else. Oh look, Wake is in the paper today. In the obituaries? The business section, sweetie. Apparently he's doing rather well for himself lately. I suppose not all news is bad news. Thunk! Good afternoon, ladies! It's a lovely day out there for an extraordinarily long walk. Where have you been all day? That was supposed to be a brief rendezvous. I'm sorry, Miss M. Some of the locals insisted on seeing me reenact the perils of Pauline. Oh, customers! I didn't realize we actually served anyone here. Hello! How's your lunch? Are you enjoying your lunch? Or would you say it's more of an early dinner? Rocky, you know how much you frighten the elderly. Come talk to us over here. We're in need of any business we can get. Finances have her looking to dead people for a laugh. Oh well, knowing Kehoe, that freight was an unusually high content of embalming fluid anyway. No, you misunderstand. Despite appearances, Miss M, today's been a unequivocal success. I just need to find the car. Oh, honey, you lost the car. It's all we have left besides that old truck. I had to sell the rest. Don't worry, if I can just borrow a certain surly Slovak for a bit, I'll get it right back. There'll be plenty of embalming fluid to go around tomorrow night. Check in the garage. Ivy, you go along too. Victor will be less likely to throttle him in your presence. Sure! I feel like I should apologize for my lack of the ability to get the voice down because it's been so long, but I don't really know who I'm apologizing to, so I'm gonna just keep going. At least for a bit. How many pages has this been? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. I should probably go by minutes, though, instead of pages. You know how Victor looks at you? How when Victor looks at you, it seems like he's searing a hole through your face? Well, I have a theory about that. By having to pass through that singular ocular of his, the, hate energy he radiates experiences some sort of amplification in a manner not unlike simulated emission as, Einstein described it, resulting in a kind of highly intensified glare beam. And there it go. Victor! You wouldn't believe what happened today. Bunch of yokels, a truck, and the stuffs, and... Oh, I I need to show you my shoes. My dad sent money so I could buy some books I need for the summer semester, but I saw these famous... What, famous? Bar while I was making some... Noise. No. No, but Victor, we didn't even ask a question. I just need some help getting the car. Could you, please? Not now. I'm busy. I was hoping it wouldn't come to this, Victor. Yeah, bad knees, get off. How about if I bend your fingers the wrong way? How about that? Okay, Divka, get off. I'll crush the air out of your lungs, you big ornery ox. Okay, was that a yes? And you aren't going to kill him, right? Yeah. Aren't going to kill him. Right, get off. Well, he's all yours. Sometimes you have to rough him up a little bit, but really it's just a big teddy bear once you... Victor, put the wrench down! You said you wouldn't! I, had a little bit of a dilemma, Victor. As fortune would have it, there's a pickup tomorrow night, but to the contrary, fortune-wise, it seems I'll have a gaggle of belligerent codhoppers to contend with, and so, well... I was hoping you would have some viable advice or perhaps some words of inspiration for your young protege. Quit. Quit? I can't quit, Victor. Who would be left to bring Miss M her gin and whiskey and coffin varnish? How can I help when you are so much like spaghetti noodle? I'm like a spaghetti noodle? Yeah, skinny, no muscle. That is why you always come back looking always like you got hit by train. Says the one-eyed man with knees that don't bend. One of them bends somewhat. And that is after 7 years of this work. Well, that just sort of dipped into, like, stereotypical German. It's supposed to be Russian, but it dipped into stereotypical German. My bad. Well, record for not getting hit by trains is actually pretty good. I know I've been a lot of scrapes since I started, but I survived them all with minimal, what was it Hey, you wouldn't happen to know exactly where I could find a pig farm around here, would you? Somewhere by the river? No? Because, I was thinking, that is, because I couldn't help but notice that only rag in your pocket, you're practically pointing at it. How could I ignore it? Oh, for a muse of fire. What? I mean, I have an idea. You want to hit? Get out. Jerk, get out. Oh, thanks for the help. And for not crushing up a skull with a blunt instrument. There you go. Did the truck, wait, what does the truck say on it? Probably... It looks like it says carrots, but it probably does not say carrots. Lackadaisy spaghetti. Lackadaisy spaghetti. Arithmophobia. Good evening, dear. It might interest you to know that Sedgwick Sable is having a new quarry blasted just west of here, between the two rivers. There's quite a list of dignitaries attending the, christening. I suppose that calls for a special invitation? They're blowing something up, after all. What better reason to celebrate? Knock, knock, knock. Yes? You should be careful conversing with so indiscreetly with the portraiture, Miss M. People are liable to think you're crazier than a can of cricket juice. Oh, Rocky. Come on in. I found your adding machine. Thank you, sweetie. Actually, I'm glad you came. You are? You're still certain you can get your hands on that freight tomorrow night? We may have some important guests, and I can't keep watering down that watered-down whiskey we've got left. Absolutely. And not only because I got my hat back, and the car, but because Victor gave me some invaluable, because, well, he seemed to suggest the trouble is that I'm the wrong kind of noodle. Tomorrow I'll be more like linguine. The Union Trust Building. It's getting late, but the doorman should take it. If you could just drop it off on your way to wherever it is you live. Ka-chunk! He looks so happy despite having almost got hit by a train, like, that morning. Who's this? Mr. Sable? Yes. Mr. Sable! Yeah. Some thug brought this message for you. Ah! It's just your letter opener, Mr. Sable. The doorman said the courier looked like some scruffy excuse for a hoodlum. What are you doing here this time of night, Lacey? Well, I figured I'd stay and make more coffee if you needed it, but I think maybe you've had enough. Why don't you head on home and get some rest? You know, big day tomorrow and all. Sedgwick, how about a toast to good tidings and new prospects, Mitzi? P.S. Bring some friends. Lackadaisy overtime. Oh, jeez. Okay, so sorry, I leaned from the microphone. The thing with this is probably why I was apologizing for losing the Rocky voice, because this monologue here is why the creator of Lackadaisy knows that why I like reading this out loud, because she ran a panel at a convention I went to that was one of my friend's ideas, and I did this monologue at the panel, and I got complimented on it by the creator, and it felt really cool. But because of the fact that I haven't done Rocky's voice in like 2 years, I was super, super worried about when I got to this point. And, like, I'm probably going to end the episode after this monologue, because it's just a good stopping point. But there's also a whole lot of words in it that I might not be able to say the right way first try. So, Old Man River. That seems far too austere a name for something made of mirth and rage. Oh, roiling red blood river vein, if chief among your traits is age, you're a wily convoluted sage. Is old the thing to call what rings the vernal heart of Westalore? What brings us brassy mythmate kings and preponderance of bug-type things? To challenge titans come before, demiurge to try it at Avalon once more. And what august vitality in your wide aorta stream you must have had to oversee alchemic change of timber beam to iron brick and engine steam. Your umber whiskey waters lance the prideful sober sovereignty of faulty haloed temperance and wilt her self-assured continence. Yes, righteousness is vanity, but your sport's for imps, not elderly. So if there's a name for migrant mass of veteran frivolity that snakes through seas of prairie grass and groves of summer sassafras, a name that flows as roguishly as gypsy waters fast and free, it's your real name, Mississippi. Encore? That police officer does not look amused at all, though. But yeah, this is probably a good stopping point. I know it's shorter than the other comics I've done, but it's by far the one I'm most nervous about actually doing. Also, like I said, I don't know how quickly I'm going to catch up to where I'm at. Well, where the comic is at. I'm only like right here, though, and there's a whole lot more pages after, like, yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot. And I've already lost my page. Where'd it go? It was way up here. Right there. Yeah, there's plenty left to go, but I figure it's a good stopping point here. So, this has been Anachi Sasuke. This was Let's Read Lackadaisy. In the next episode, we're going to start with Lackadaisy Reciprocity and be meeting Rocky's family. So, if you liked it, a like and a subscribe would be groovy. If you didn't, you don't need to do either one of those things. And there will be a link in the description to the comic as well as the Patreon page for Tracy Butler if you want to check those out and support the comic. So, thanks again, and I will see y'all in the next one. Later.